We had some big news out of Canada today. Canadian interest rates just came out as expected, raising 25 basis points up to 4.5%. Last night, we also had New Zealand CPI as well as Australian CPI, both coming out slightly higher than expected. Remember, you can watch us live in the markets every day, Monday through Friday, starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. All right, so here we go into the Edge Fund. We're going to check out the market heat map first. Let's see how all of our assets are trending so far on the day. Taking a look first at our major US dollar pairs, I can see USD CAD up 0.39%. That's our biggest mover to the upside so far today. When it comes to our major US pairs, NZD USD on the other hand, down 0.59% on the day so far. Major indices listed right here. The NASDAQ 100, biggest mover to the upside, up 2.66%. That's actually our biggest mover to the upside when it comes to all of our assets here, by far, honestly, up 2.66 on the day, like I just said. GBP NZD, our second biggest mover to the upside, only up 0.85%. So still up fairly significantly, but not quite as much as the NASDAQ 100 is. JP225 is also up on the day, up 0.35%, but the rest of the indices are down. S&P 500 falling the most, down 1.54% on the day. Let's check out gold and oil really quickly. Oil is actually break even right now. It is at a 0%, so break even right now for gold. Or break even right now for oil. Gold, on the other hand, down 0.2% on the day so far. Our euro pairs are here. Euro NZD up 0.65% on the day. Euro JPY down 0.38% on the day. Pound pairs, GBP JPY down 0.2%. GBP NZD, like we just saw, our second biggest mover of the day, up 0.85%. All of our yen pairs are down on the day. Aussie JPY down only 0.08%, but NZD JPY down 0.96%. CHF pairs, our Swiss franc pairs, Aussie CHF up 0.56%, USD CHF down 0.26%. Australian dollar pairs are mostly up on the day. Aussie CHF, like we just mentioned, up 0.56%, and Euro AUD down 0.27%. Lastly, our New Zealand dollar pairs here. NZD JPY, we already mentioned, down 0.96%. GBP NZD up that 0.85% on the day. Remember, if you want the Edge Finder for yourself and access to all of this awesome trading information to help you find the most accurate trades possible, you can find it in the links down in the description below, and you can get it for a discounted price when you use code A1YT. You get access to the market heat map, which is getting updated every 15 minutes, so that we can see how our assets are trending throughout the day as they move throughout the market. You'll also get access to our watch list, which scores all of the assets that we track here in the Edge Finder through all of these different metrics right here, giving them a score and then giving them an overall buy or sell bias when it comes to that score. I'm going to remove the indices and commodities out of the watch list because I just want to focus on the currency pairs, and I'm also going to remove the neutral scores because I just want to see our buy and sell biases, and that leaves us with NZD CAD, a strong buy bias score of +7, GBP NZD also a strong sell score of -7, so we have a decent amount of buys and a decent amount of sells here. One thing I have not looked at so far this week is a US dollar pair. So I want to get updated US dollar numbers because we haven't looked at that so far this week. And that leaves us with two options. USD ZAR, which is not one of our major currency pairs. It's not traded quite as often as these other pairs here. So we don't have it listed under our major pairs, but we do have it listed under minor pairs. Our one US dollar pair in the minor section, USD ZAR right there. So that is a possibility. AUD USD is also a possibility. Those are our two US dollar crosses that are currently either a buy or a sell. But I think we're going to look at USD ZAR just simply because it has a stronger score than Aussie US does. So let's go ahead and hop into the USD ZAR breakdown page. This is, of course, the US dollar against the South African rand. And we can see, like I've already mentioned, a score of +5 here, COT data coming out to a score of +1, and retail sentiment a score of +1 as well. Let's check out those numbers here in our sentiment section. So the ZAR currently 52.61% long and 47.39% short from institutional traders. That's what we're looking at with COT data, is institutional trader data. In the US dollar, 63.35% long and 36.65% short. So slight long bias here for the US dollar when it comes to institutional traders, but pretty much 50-50 when it comes to the rand. We're not leaning really one way or the other at 52% here and 47% here. Not really leaning towards long or short. I mean, you could say very slight bias on the long side, but it's clearly leaning long here for the US dollar. Retail sentiment, on the other hand, 97% short and only 3% long. So retail traders heavily favored short on the pair as a whole. Seasonality we can find right up here, and what this is our last 10-year average. So historically speaking, how has this pair trended in the month of January? Well, we can take a look over the last 10 years at the price point where at the end of the month compared to the price point at the beginning of the month, and see how it has trended so far in that month. And historically speaking, it is slightly bearishly, meaning that throughout the month of January, typically it drops just a little bit. Again, that's historically speaking when we're taking a look at the last 10-year averages, but that has not been the case so far this month. Our trend reading is a score of +2. And we can see a really strong upward move here over the last couple days. It moved down over a few days, but then recently has been trending very heavily to the upside. And based on all of this information that we're pulling in, price forecast projects that will continue to be the case here. Let's take a look at our fundamentals. GDP growth, inflation, and unemployment, all scores of +1. Interest rates, a score of -1. So our fundamental data is right here. We can see that South Africa's GDP growth currently sits at 1.6% compared to the US 3.2%. South Africa's inflation 7.2% compared to US 6.5%. South Africa's unemployment is very high at 32.9% compared to the US 3.5%. And lastly, interest rates for South Africa 7% compared to 4.5% for the US. So quick breakdown of USD ZAR, a solid buy score of a +5. And of course, we wanted to get those updated US dollar numbers. It's always good to see US COT data, as well as GDP growth, inflation, unemployment, and interest rates, just to kind of keep your eye out on how the US dollar is trending. So USD ZAR breakdown, I'll remind you one more time that if you want the Edge Finder for yourself, you can find it in the links down in the description below, and you'll get it at a discounted price when you use code A1YT at checkout.
Let me make sure I don't miss my S&P trade. Are we close? Yes. Look at this. We're there. Okay, we hit it. I should get a notification like right now. Hello? We're just going to turn that off so we don't get blasted on stream. Okay, guys, we've got 9 minutes until the show goes to the next person. So let's take this trade. I'm going to go ahead and get long S&P 500, picking it up again here this morning. Give me 1 second to load up my platform here. Let's go Webull. So for those of you who aren't familiar, I trade on Webull because I can't trade CFDs as a US client here in the US. When trading on a regulated Forex broker, I can't trade SPX 500. I can't trade US 30 on a regulated entity. So what I have to do is instead, I just trade it on the stock market. But it's the same thing as if I were to try and trade SPX 500. So SPX 500 pulling back to a level that I like. I'm going to go ahead and pick it up long here. I'm going to go for 200 shares here. Let me go ahead and get it a market order going. Give me just 1 second here. And I'm going to put a stop here. Let me figure out my stop loss placement before I get too far ahead of myself. So let's see, where are we at with this? Looking left. Sorry, I've got 2 screens pulled up. You guys can only see my trading view, but I'm pulling up my broker as well. Let's see. Yes, that looks good. Okay. So 392.75, 392. 75. I'm going to take this trade here. Give me 1 second. Unlock trading. Pull this up here. And we're going to go ahead and buy SPY here. All right, we're in. Stop loss is in place just above here. So let me go ahead and line that up on my secondary, my tracking account. Give me 1 second as I get this set up here. And again, we're repeating the process. Taking another trade here on stream today. It's a busy day. I'm going to pick it up long here. Stops are going to go down below here. So let me get that set up. Okay. So we're in the trade. Let me go ahead and get this trade alert shared with members. So let's go here. Going long, S&P 500. Screenshot is there. Again, getting confirmation off the Edge Finder as well here this morning. That's why I have to jump into it during stream. I don't always take my trades on stream directly, but it's just sometimes they line up at the same time, so I have to take them at the same time. You guys actually said, though, when we did a poll the other day, well, I guess the other week, we did a poll and I asked people, are you bullish or are you bullish? Do you like when I take trades directly on stream or not? And people actually said yes. So, okay, this page is still under maintenance, so I'm not going to screenshot that. I'm just going to screenshot the watch list. Functionality works just fine, but I'm going to go ahead and just do this really quick. This will suffice here for today. So let's do this, and then we'll pull up Discord, and I'm going to share the trade breakdown here. So pictures there, Edge Finders there. Let's get this written up here. All right. Okay. Oops. What in the world? Sorry, my keyboard is like lagging right now. 1 second. Price pulling back. 50% retracement today. Support at consolidation. Trend on the 4 hour. So with my signals, I like to share full breakdowns. I'm not a fan of just like, oh, here's where I'm buying and then no context, right? I'm a big fan of explanations, breakdowns, Edge Finder, confirmation. And let's break this down here. So I'm writing this up off screen, but we're scoring high in uptrends, right? Uptrend. We also have seasonality favors the bulls. On retail sentiment, nope. Trend reading, fundamentals looking decent for a continued rally. Inflation on the decline. GDP and unemployment still looking solid. Okay, so we're good there. Let me go ahead and hit send on this. All right, 2 trades here on stream today. What a busy day. Hold on, let me clear this. All right, 2 trades. We went long NZD-CHF, and now we are back into that S&P 500 trade, which is, by the way, immediately going against us. So we'll see if that one can catch a bit of a bounce, a little bit of volatility here this morning on the New York Open as things get going. If that one stops out, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's a small position, and we will go from there. So let me pull up the stream here again. Let me make sure I can see what's going on, and there we go. Yes, so we are long NZD-CHF and long SPX 500. So thank you for the updates, Chandler. We're good on the position tracker. And let's take a look around the room, see what else we've got. I'll do a quick look at gold here before we have our next guest tune in. Gold bouncing off of support at that 1921 mark. Pretty strong there and looking good. I'm long NAS 100, says Patty. Nice. Let's see. 1922 still holding I mean, gold still just looks so healthy overall. Until you really get to see a break the other direction, I would just say gold looks strong.
Make sure you guys check out the links in the description if you need broker recommendations, access to our free Discord, or want to chat with us on Telegram. If you're interested in our trading software, the Edge Finder, you can find that in the description as well. Thanks for watching.